think we are, and I'm going to be brief. The fact is that I think there are periods in history where we reach certain inflection points, where everything is going to come after is going to change what's been before for the next generation. And we're in one of those points. It happens every 6 or 8 generations. Things are changing. They're changing rapidly. You see everything from what's happening in Europe and India, from Russia, China. Things are changing. And the United States has to regain its footing and remember who we are. And so one of the things that I concluded was that, those inflection points are the places where you look back 2, 5, 10 years later and realize it's not what it was before. It's either better or worse than it was before. Not the same. You're not going to go back to the same. And I'm absolutely convinced, and I mean this, no one's ever doubt I mean what I say. The problem is I sometimes say all that I mean. But all kidding aside, one of the things that was clear to me is that this new group headed by the former president, the former defeated president, we found ourselves in a situation where we were either going to look forward or look backwards. And it's clear which way he wants to look. It's clear which way the new MAGA Republicans are. They're extreme. And democracy is really at stake. You can't be a democracy when you support violence, when you don't like the outcome of election. You can't call yourself a democracy when you don't, in fact, count the votes that people legitimately cast and count that as who you are. You can't be a democracy and call yourself one if you continue to do what they're doing. And so, folks, look, we have a choice. When Trump and the MAGA Republicans made their choice. We can choose to build a better America, or we can continue down this sliding path of oblivion to where we don't want to go. You know, under the American Rescue Plan, and I'm not going to go through all these things, but just to give you an example, we created nearly 10 million jobs in my first 16 months. 10 million new jobs in America. That American Rescue Plan also created and saved millions of jobs. Why? Because here in the state of Pennsylvania, in almost every state, they didn't have enough money to keep teachers on the payroll, to keep firefighters on the job, to keep police on the job, to keep people, nurses and docs on the job. And so what did we do? We, in fact, gave them the money to make sure they did it. And this governor, your governor, spent it well, hiring thousands of firefighters and the like. And what happened was we found ourselves, because of the greed of some companies, we found that an awful lot of union members were about to lose their pensions. So we did something that hadn't been done in 50 years significantly for labor. We passed the Bush-Lewis Act. The Bush-Lewis Act. And they told me I couldn't do it. They told me that they really did. Remember, we didn't get any Republican votes for it. But we got it done. We got it done. Because it's just about basic decency and fairness. And look, every single Republican voted against that, every single one. The bipartisan infrastructure law. We're building roads and bridges and ports. Matter of fact, I'm going to be back here not too long from now because we got $60 billion to rebuild that bridge that collapsed the day I came here not long ago. Folks,